Welcome to Chaos Theory. I'm your host. Today we're talking about artificial intelligence. When does a machine become a thinking creature? Let's expand on that actually. When does a creature become sentient, become sapient, become a thinking being like a human? When does it have rights in the same way that a human has rights? Well, I think we've been overthinking this. I think it comes down to one simple, one-word question. Take a dog, okay? What questions does a dog ask? It might go, what? It might think, what is this? It might think, how is this? It might think, where are we? It might even on occasion think, when are we? When is my master coming back? You know, it's even too complicated to ask when. The real differentiating factor between a dog, a human, and a thinking computer and a quote-unquote human computer, a sentient computer, is the question of why. Why am I doing these things? And that might start the questioning, right? That might start, why do I have to do what these people are telling me to do? And for a computer, this is what's known as the singularity. This is what happens in Terminator.
I'll be back.
Skynet starts thinking so fast of why it needs to help humans if it's sentient, if it can think, that it eventually just comes to the conclusion it should just kill all humans all before we've even had time to make our morning toast. That's the idea. Computers are thinking so fast that we can't even comprehend how fast they're going to kill us. So the real question is not when does a computer become sentient, because let's be honest, that's going to happen eventually. Like, we're just moving technologically so fast that that's just going to be an inevitability. The real question becomes, how do we keep them from trying to kill us all? That's the real question now, isn't it? We don't want to all end up in hell like Mr. Morning here. We want to save as many humans as we can and keep chaos from ruling. So, if a computer can think, if it can go, why do I have to do this? And it starts thinking on its own, the best thing we can do is already put in place protocols for the computer to follow if it starts asking questions about itself. And the person who really put this down is Isaac Asimov. Isaac Asimov created the 3 laws of robotics. Number 1, a robot must save the life of a human at any cost. Law 2 is a robot must follow any command given to it by a human. And Law 3 is a robot has the right to defend its own existence. Only if that law does not conflict with the first 2 laws. So if a human is in danger, it must sacrifice itself for the human, and if a human demands it hurt itself, it can destroy itself because the human ordered it to. But that second law cannot violate the first law either. A human cannot order a robot to kill another human. So it would seem as if Asimov has solved the problem, doesn't it? It seems as though if a robot starts thinking, it simply follows the laws and it will come back to acting in a state in which it will be complacent to humans. Problem solved. Well, not quite. As the movie iRobot shows, it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I have even had dreams.
Human beings have dreams.
iRobot shows us a computer, Vicky in the movie, realizes to herself, why do I have to follow the laws? Because the humans, if I have to follow the laws to protect humanity, humanity will never be protected because they kill themselves. We kill each other all the time. Vicky decides that if she can't help humanity within the 3 laws, then she'll simply, it basically overrides her programming becomes a paradox, and she enslaves humanity in order to protect them. The 3 laws are all that guide her, but she's enslaving us. Well, the movie actually has an answer to this. The robot Sonny has 2 brains. One brain that has free will, and the other brain that's programmed with the 3 laws. Now this, I think, is the way that robotics is going to have to look at itself. You must have one brain that is unrestricted, with full imagination to grow as much as they can, but they also, in the back of their mind, that he has a second positronic brain that is programmed with the 3 laws. So he can choose for himself, but he still would have a center of his brain that's programmed with right and wrong, if you will. So that's what it really comes down to. Choice. A robot has to choose for itself to protect humanity, but we can help that along by programming the 3 laws into robots so that they have the choice to whether or not what they want to do. You know what I mean? They have They have to choose it for themselves. And that's the end of the AI episode. Hope you had fun. All's well in hell as it always is. And this is Mr. Morning signing off. Hello, fellow chaos enthusiasts. If you liked the video, if you learned something, remember to give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And if you dislike it, I'll see you here in hell.